let's look at news for listening. And we'll start off with news in levels. This is a free website with daily updated news stories that have been adapted to 3 different levels. So basically, I guess pre-intermediate, intermediate, upper intermediate. Let's take a look at one of these stories. And you can see here you have the script for the story with more difficult words highlighted in bold. And just below you have the audio, which is as a kind of YouTube video, but it contains basically the audio for that story. Also, words in the news from BBC English. This has lots of different stories. I think it's updated weekly, and each one has a lot of language support. So if we take a look at one example, you can see it's got the audio just below the picture here, and also the transcript, again with certain words that have been highlighted in bold, which then you have the definition for the vocabulary, and you have some exercises to practice the vocabulary. So that may be useful, again, for picking up new words from the news. Next, Breaking News English. This site has regular news stories that have been adapted into language learning materials with different levels and lots of activities. So as well as listening to and downloading the audio, you can also practice a lot of vocabulary, gap fills, listening activities, listening for detail, and so on. So that may be useful. Also, Voice of America. This has the latest news stories that are in slightly simplified English. So, words that are commonly used. It doesn't have a lot of technical or less regularly used vocabulary. So it's good for really focusing on the words that are high frequency that you really need. They also have a YouTube site, and here the speed is usually just a little bit slower, perhaps, than with regular news, to help you kind of make that step up to listening more naturally in English at natural speeds as well. And they cover a lot of different topics, so you can find something that interests you from this. Finally, NHK also have some sites for listening and for news stories, which have a lot of language support. You can get the audio, you can get some language notes as well. And basically, this site will help you to improve your vocabulary through listening to the news. There's another site too. I think you may have to register for this one, but you have the script and translation as well. So it's another way to pick up words in the news and to start adding them to your vocabulary and learning some new words.